Play Living Single on HBO Max.
What's up, lovely people? I know it's been a minute, so thanks for hanging around, and we're gonna jump into this like nice natural glam look. Sorry if I sound gross. I have truly the worst allergies on the planet today, and it's just ruining my life. But anyway, we're gonna get through this because it's been too long and it's time. So anyway, starting with primer, starting with foundation. Pretty sure I was doing my makeup for work, so I'm going with what I know is going to last all day long. I'm using, wow, cute. I'm using the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer. This has easily become my favorite concealer for long days or long sweaty days. The consistency is so perfect. I've noticed that for me in particular, really creamy concealers don't last very long and they crease up really quickly and really easy, even if I don't use a lot of it. Like just the way that my under eye is set up, I get a lot of creasing. This one, because it's a thinner consistency, I don't have that problem, and that makes me so happy. I get the coverage, but I don't get as much creasing. Like, that's a win-win, okay? A win is a win. So I'm just going ahead and blending that out. I do know that I use the shade Graham Cracker for this concealer, and I'm pretty sure I was using either the NARS or Lancome foundation that I've used on this channel before. You can head to another video and kind of figure out what shade I was using. But I'm just going in with a little bit more because, you know, every now and then you need a little bit more coverage. And then I'm using my favorite little bronzer stick. This is the Juvia's Place shade stick. This is the shade Benin. I do know that. And I have been completely obsessed with this. I've been wanting to go get a darker color so that I can do more of like a contour vibe instead of a bronzed vibe. That's just like been rolling around in my head. Like it's one of my makeup goals. My makeup goals is to buy makeup. But yeah, that's one thing that I definitely want to do because I love the stick and I love how it blends out, and I just would love to see it in like a deeper color so I can get like more of a snatched contour instead of the sun-kissed bronze vibe that this shade gives me. And I'm just using a fluffy brush from BH Cosmetics to blend that out. Always blend upwards, never blend down. And then going in with the sponge that I use that's got some foundation on it just to make sure that all of the edges are completely blended so that you have this nice, seamless, flawless beat. And then going in and blending out the rest of that concealer. If you want the most coverage out of your concealer, let it dry down for a few minutes, put it where you want it, and then do something else in your routine, and you are going to love, absolutely love the finish. Don't let it dry down completely to where you can't move it, but just like a little bit. It's always beautiful. And then I do use concealer on my eyelids as my eyeshadow base. And I knew, anytime y'all see me dancing, I know it's gonna be a good makeup day. I knew this was about to be so good. So now I'm just going in with setting powder and setting all of the concealer places, probably using the Maybelline Fit Me loose finishing powder. My go-to. I don't have to talk about it anymore. It's beautiful. It's amazing. Go try it. It's like it's an oldie but a goodie. I hope that it never goes out. Like if they discontinue it, I probably will cry real tears because I just love the consistency of it. I love the formula. I love the color. Like it's the perfect color for me. Like I will shed real tears if that ever gets discontinued. Maybelline, if you see this and you discontinue it, it's on site. We're gonna have to fight it out. Anyway, I lightly set my eyelids so that I just make my life easier when I want to go in with eyeshadow in a little bit. And do all that with the same sponge. You don't have to go crazy with the brushes and sponges. Set the laugh lines. Make sure that the foundation is going to stay put. The foundation and the concealer, it needs to stay put. And then I'm going in with, I believe this is the KVD powder foundation. Either that or the e.l.f. camo powder foundation. But anyway, going in with that with a triangle powder puff. Yes, the ones from Amazon. And just setting the rest of my face. And I'm going in with the Juvia's bronzer duo and reinforcing that lovely bronzy vibe. I like to place my bronzer like it's a contour. Like I like how it looks. And so that's what I'm doing here. I actually am placing it kind of like where I would do like a cool toned or a darker toned contour, and then working on blending it up, also making sure it is very much so blended into the hairline so that we don't get the mask effect. And then what I love about the duo is that I have two colors on hand, right? So I'm using the lighter color to reinforce the bronze, and then I'm going to go in with that darker color and really kind of pinpoint the lowest point of where I put that bronzer to kind of give me that hollow. It's going to give me a little bit of a gradient, and it's going to give me like that snatched cheekbone that I want. And then taking the same bronzer, and I'm working this I'm gonna kind of start my nose contour ish, but also like my eyeshadow. So this is the first color on that bronzer duo, the lighter color, and I'm working it into the top part of my brow and sweeping it over like my brow bone essentially, and then also taking that down the side of the nose so that my nose contour and my transition shade in my eyeshadow are the same. This is how you get that super soft, seamless makeup application where all the colors just work together, because I'm using the colors in multiple different areas of my face, so it all is very cohesive. And then again, don't know what I'm using. Most likely using the Juvia's Place Coffee Shop palette. And I'm just taking this kind of like deep reddish brown and working that into the outer corner of my eye. I like to give it like a winged out shape. It's just how I like my eyeshadow to look, and making sure that it's super blended out. Always go back in between brushes to make sure that everything is nice and seamless. I'm just going to do the other eye. And then because this is like the darkest shade that we're going to put down, you want to make sure that it is super, super blended. And then I'm just taking like the cream colored shadow from that palette, and I'm working that on the frontal portion of my eye and bringing it up a little bit higher than I normally do, but making sure that the color is definitely saturated as close to the lash line as possible. I absolutely love doing this because I have hooded eyes. I don't have like a ton of actual eyelid space, but like I've got a big gap between like above my crease and my eyebrow. And so I love to really concentrate really bright shadows on the inner corner, because I just feel like it opens up my eyelid space and kind of makes my eyes look a little bit more open, a little bit bigger, I guess. But I think it's really pretty. I love how it looks. And then again, switching through all of my brushes to make sure that everything is as blended as it possibly could be. And then I'm just going to give a quick mist to hydrate the face and get rid of that powdery finish. This is the NYX Bear With Me multitasking spray. I don't love this as a setting spray. It is not a setting spray. It's not going to hold your makeup in place. At least it's never really held mine in place. That thing be moving around. But it's really good to like rehydrate the skin throughout the day or while you're actually doing your makeup. And then we're going into probably one of the hardest things for me lately. I don't know. I used to be so good at winged liner. Like I could do it so quickly, so easily. Any kind of liner product, like boom, I got a wing. Lately, and I don't know if I'm scared of the wing, I don't know what it is, but lately wings have been betraying me. So I've been having to really take my time, because they just, and it's not even that like they come out ugly, they always end up coming out cute, but they don't come out the same. Like one wing is always different than the other. So I don't know, I gotta figure that out, but that's a me problem. Anyway, I'm just using, this is the NYX, I think it's the Epic Wear waterproof liner, and I'm just trying to do like the most chill little wing that I could possibly do, and it comes out pretty good. This is actually real time. This is how long it actually takes me to do my wing liner, and like the true process of doing my wing liner. I didn't want to do too many cuts with this video so that I could like really show you guys my true process and honestly show you how easy it actually is. I do get a lot of like compliments on my makeup, like especially when I'm at work. I work in retail, and so I'm always like talking to people, dealing with people, and they're always like, oh my god, your makeup is so pretty, it's so seamless. And people think that it's really hard to accomplish, but it's actually not. It just takes a little bit of time and a lot of practice. But I use very simple, easy, everyday, beginner friendly techniques to kind of make my makeup stand out and look a little more, I don't know, like make it look a little more poppin' than it actually is. Like it's almost like a finesse. Like it ain't that deep. Anyway, and then I'm just taking that brush with the leftover brown shadow and running that under my lower lash line. Like I said, I was going to work and I am a sweaty girl. So if I walk around too much, like I'm going to get moist. I'm going to get damp. I'm going to be hot. And my mascara always runs because if I don't use, unless I use waterproof. If I use waterproof, like I'm fine. But the regular ones always run, so I don't like to do mascara on my lower lash line for that reason. And then my favorite blush right now is this Juvia's Place Blush Duo, and my favorite blush brush is this Makeup by Ariel X Morphe brush. I think it's so pretty, so I'm just throwing that on and then topping it with some of this Mented blush because I wanted it to be very warm. I wanted that orange to like just kind of peek through and give me a little bit of glow, a little bit of glitter. And I don't know, I thought it was like a really nice color combination. And then I'm just throwing on a light pair of falsies, nothing fancy, nothing crazy, just throwing on a little lash. I think these are like Ardell Wispies, I think, or they're like Ardell Wispies if they are not. And I'm just popping that on for a little bit of extra drama. I love a good flare lash, even if it's a thin one, it's my vibe. And also, this is real time. Like putting on lashes isn't hard either. The trick is just to let the glue dry down before you try to put the lash on. And that's really it. And then I'm going to do this nice little nude lippy combo. This is a NYX lip pencil. I'm not going to tell you what color it is because I have no idea. Maybe it's Cold Brew. Really not sure. But it's like a very nude, like cool toned color. And this is why I was a little confused with this lip gloss because it's a little more like kind of like peachy cool toned. It's not as like warm toned as the rest of my makeup, so I wasn't sure if it was actually going to work. But as soon as I put it on, I was like, no, this is pretty, she's cute, we're keeping her. And that's the finished look. I'm just setting with some Urban Decay setting spray. This is what keeps my makeup from moving throughout the day. Absolutely love this setting spray. And that's good. That's how I do my makeup, honestly, every day. Super easy, natural, full glam. Have a good one. See you soon. Bye.